It's very gay.
All right, y'all. It's the Comedy Ring podcast, and that gay music can mean only one thing. We're back. Season 3, recorded live where Savage Comedy is every night, and we had a fucking doozy tonight. But first, let me introduce our guests. You know him from multiple episodes of the Comedy Ring podcast, our favorite Frenchman, Ty.
There's Victor in the couch over here. I'm just excited to be here. Thank you.
As always, of course, second mic of the show, Ruthless Ravi Khanna.
Hey, you got the king of the boys, all my
intro?
Yes, and back in town, the first lady of the Comedy Ring, I would say, Miss Alicia Dillon is here.
You can't hear it, but I just played applause.
Oh, yeah, that's fun.
Fresh off a plane.
Fuck yeah. I mean, fresh and plain don't go in the same sentence, but,
Yeah.
I'm happy. I'm so excited to be here. I missed you guys so
We
much.
missed you too. The comedy
Everyone in the
scene
Bay
here.
Area is gay. Gay area.
Why?
I just played the Why Are You Gay? Just so
Yeah, we can't hear the drums.
yeah,
That's
you will
pretty
eventually.
good. That's
I
a lot
appreciate
longer
it.
than I thought it was going to take to play that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you're going to be hearing that.
Well, when Dara is back, he is the third mic of the show, but he's not here. He's supposed to be here, but he's not. But
Is
yeah,
he the third mic of the show? When did it get promoted like
he's
that?
an alcoholic,
Okay,
but
well.
we're going to have him on.
he's fun to make fun of. So
Yeah.
We
So
have
he
him.
left town, by the way.
So we just had a show. We're at Savage Comedy, 433 Pender. Holy chow! Where we do the show Thursday to Sunday. Come check it out. Get tickets. But man, it's Thursday. We just had a wild ass show. Yeah, we had some French Thai. What are your thoughts on the French contingent that we just had in the show?
Listen. So glad you asked. That was wild. Never seen a show go from so bad at the beginning of just like, they don't like anything really, to like at the end of like, this is wild.
Yeah, they
They were
started
boozing.
so like silent.
They were boozing pretty hard and fast though. That was the deal.
That was 0 to 60 for sure, that audience.
Yeah.
It was a good time.
And then it unraveled sort of at the end. But
a little bit, yes.
Yeah.
But still good.
But it's turned out pretty good, actually. Tips were good. There was like $80
Oh,
in
fuck
tips
yeah.
or something.
They put- yeah.
So there was good tips. Yeah, they
it was
enjoyed
those
the
two,
show.
though.
Yeah.
They were like,
Yeah, they were all about it. Right?
Oh, they were.
they had like 4 bottles of sake.
But so the funniest moment, Dirk, is at the very end, Ravi, where Randy Janidia is wrapping up and these girls are talking and what did they say?
They had a problem with how we were lighting people because they don't
Right.
understand. If you've never been to a comedy show, you don't understand the lighting system. So
Right.
we light people.
When people have a minute left, they get
a minute left, they
yeah.
get lit, or if they're not doing well, or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
6 minutes, 7 minutes max. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what we're trying to do. So I'm lighting people in the back. I'm doing my thing, and we lit one of the female comics. Maybe a little earlier, but I felt like
But
it
it was
on
going
time.
on because Dino had just come in.
Yeah,
and crushed.
Dino Archie's in
And
today
let's plug
here.
Dino's show because I'll get this shit out. So Dino has a show Saturday. What is it? August 26th?
Yeah.
Yeah, at the
Biltmore. I
yeah.
think there's like 50 tickets left. So
Lit-
yeah,
You're going to release this in time?
I'll probably get out tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah, lit in real life. Check it out. It's gonna be great. Dino Archie's one of the best in the fucking
And that
in
show
North America,
is
dog.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
he crushed at the show. Alicia crushed. She opened them up. They were literally like silent. For Will, for Joel, and for Brad, they were just dead.
Yeah.
And then Alicia came up and got them, slapped them around a little bit. So that was good.
Called everyone retarded.
Yeah, you really had
Playing
the
the
I
bingo.
got a
Basics.
loose tongue out here. I'm excited. I'm
she's
so
got, like-
depraved over there.
Will had a great line when he came back.
Dude, that was funny
yeah,
as
yeah,
fuck.
Yeah.
That was very funny. What did he say?
You would like DEFCON 5.
Because
or whatever.
Alicia-
He's
you
like, you're
had a-
gay, you're retarded. I don't like your face.
But what he also said for Ayush, so you had the great Jigaboo joke,
Yeah.
which is just hilarious.
Thank you.
And then when Ayush was coming back, he's like, "Give it up for this Jigga Hindu."
Yeah, Jigga Hindu's great.
So-
I'm
I've
calling-
been saying get this Hindu away from me in the same voice, but
Yeah.
But-
Jigga Hindu is hilarious.
But so at the end, they're talking too much. The show's going long, and the French girl who's friends with Christian, the owner of the bar, is like, "Christian says you have as much time as you want," and Ravi goes,
I'm in the back of the room. I'm like, yeah, but Ravi says wrap it the fuck up. Gotta go.
I died.
And then this Chubster Brown chick is like, fuck Christian and fuck Ravi. I'm like, what the fuck, bitch? Like,
and then what happened with you guys with the homeless guy?
Oh, bro, I love. So my favorite thing to do after, because we're doing the show we're at 433.
this is my least favorite thing that Ravi
My
does on the
all-time favorite
planet.
thing.
I know. I
Yeah.
hate it too.
Yo.
No, that's great.
All right,
So-
tell your story.
so-
Take a breath.
He
though.
really is a bum whisperer.
I am. I love it, bro. So
But they don't whisper. They
yeah.
have loud conversations.
He whispers.
about
And
crazy
when you're
shit.
high, that's so fucking alarming. They're like screaming, and he's
Yeah.
just like, "How do I engage you more?"
Yeah.
You
Fourth-
were
yeah.
you were fucking captain. Like let's see what you
So
got.
here's the thing. My
Fuck
favorite
you.
thing to do.
Push-ups on
My
me.
favorite thing to do is that we're 433 West Pender. We're in between two SROs, which are like social housing, right? Like for the poorest of the poor.
And most of the comics belong in it.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. They should. They'd be on better better conditions. Yeah, they can't afford it. Exactly. So we're in between two SROs. So we're getting some characters in here. We're USA Network. Characters welcome. You know what I'm saying? So these guys are coming in, and they like to talk, but they're cranked out of their minds. They don't know what's going on. So they'll come up to us, and they'll just say something random. And usually the comics, to the best of their judgment, will just ignore them, which is what you should do.
What you'll do is try to bark them in.
Not me. I'm gonna talk to them. Yeah, I'll get them into the show. I'm like, you like comedy? And they're like, I fucking love comedy, brother. And I'm like, yeah. So we're going. That was just that. That can be any race. That's not a specific race that I'm saying right now. But he'll come up to me and he's like, brother, what are you guys doing? You're telling jokes. You think this is funny in here? I'm like, right, man.
Yeah.
We're all just trying to have a good time. We're
Sometimes
all
they have attitude.
Yeah, and I'll just
Or
throw
they
out.
think that
yeah.
we're telling jokes outside, and they think that we're laughing at them, and we're not.
Which I am.
This
I am a
wasn't
little
that
bit.
at all. That
No.
guy was walking by.
Yeah,
He
so
should
what
have
happened?
walked the fuck on.
Yeah, the guy just came up and he was just like, yeah, you got to smoke? Like he's asking, obviously, the usual
No, there
questions.
was interaction.
He's
before
so
that.
wrong.
Oh, we start talking. He comes in and he's like, y'all live in rock and roll? I go, brother, that's the only way to live.
Yeah.
That's the only way to live, brother.
Exactly
He goes,
what happened.
hell yeah, I like you. I go, hell
No,
yeah.
he goes fucking.
It's
you know,
even worse than that. Go ahead.
He
Go ahead.
jumbles. He's like, fucking this and that. He goes, AC/DC.
Yeah. and then, native guy dropping AC/DC, I'm jumping on that.
He's like,
and I go,
back, brother.
I go,
Like,
brother, black to black, Bon Scott, R.I.P. And he's like, yeah, brother, all about that rock and roll lifestyle.
back in black.
Yeah,
Emphasis
back-
on
yeah, back to black.
emphasis on rock.
Yeah.
But,
So then he goes.
He did ask for rock to begin with. He
Yes,
came up and
that was it.
You got any rock? And we're like, right.
Hard,
no.
soft,
No,
alternative?
no.
yeah, I
It's
go,
rock
not
and
for
roll.
quite some time, brother. And I've been watching Painkillers, so I'm all back. I might want to get some Oxys again. I'm thinking about it. Anyways, long story short, this guy
Sounds
goes.
like a great idea. Go ahead.
Yeah, it sounds like I'm already snoring it. No, so this guy goes
We
to
need
me.
a sponsor.
Yeah, Oxy. Today, sponsored by the Purdue Corporation.
Which I had never heard of.
Oxycontin.
Have you guys heard of Purdue Corporation? Or
Purdue was like the main Oxycontin.
I
Like here in the
never- yeah, I
States,
didn't
like
know
they were
about
like they made Oxy. They invented it. It was great. Anyways, so this guy goes to me. He goes, "Can I get a smoke off you guys?" And we're all like, "Ah." And Ty's like, "You know what, bro? Have the because no, we don't want to share the joint."
Yeah.
So the Ty just goes, "Hey, bro, have my joint." Gives the guy like half a joint, right?
Generous.
And he goes, "Who?" Ty goes, "You have the joint." And then he goes, and then the bum just goes, "Who let the dogs out?" And everybody on the block is like, "Who let the?" It was, bro.
Like, it was so weird because I handed him the joint to be like, just have a great night, brother. Like, we'll see you later, kind of thing. Like, be on your happy way, kind of thing. And I instantly was like, who?
It was a magical moment,
The call and
dude.
response was the best, man.
Dude, every bum didn't matter what your income was at that point. You knew the song. And that's
No,
what I
that
like.
shit united us, man.
It
That
did
was
for a
nice.
minute. We were all
Yeah.
on the same page.
It's a
That's
good
good.
song, but the interaction shouldn't have even began.
I like talking
He
to
walked
him.
by saying rock and roll, and he was going to keep going. And then Ravi goes,
Yeah.
the kids don't know anything about rock and roll. The
Oh, yeah!
guy stops
said-
and is like, that's my in
Right.
to this night.
That's what I
He
said.
was leaving.
Yeah, no.
You little shit. You stay doing
That's
that.
what I said. I said, he goes, rock and roll. I go, brother, the kids don't know about rock and roll anymore.
Yeah.
The kids don't know what it's like to work 7 times
wait.
a week, 4 times on Saturday, 3 times on Sunday. They don't know that
is
lifestyle.
this the same guy who I talked to briefly at the bar there? That
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
he
he
walked
came in
into the
after.
break.
yeah,
he
because
walked
I
in
go to
after.
get some water, and he just I just turn, look at him, see his weird bum.
Adrian's like a
Oh, Adrian can
Yeah,
sniff him out, man.
I got the bum dart.
bum dart, dude, straight up.
And he literally was like, I didn't know you worked here. And I was like, I do the comedy. And then I just darted through the kitchen. I was like,
You bounced him
Because
out.
you're not trying to do all that. But Ravi is always trying to do
Well,
all
remember
that. with
the
these
Bear
songs.
guy.
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah,
the
exactly.
bear guy was
Kind of.
insane.
Maybe we
I'm
can some sort of the bear
actually,
guy.
I think I'm more upset about that.
You were
still.
there for Bear Guy
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Oh, the bear guy's the man. So there.
Fuck you.
So we used to do shows at Calabash, another place where the outside was just fucking gorgeous. Just
Bum
immaculate.
City.
Bum City.
Yeah, just literally
City.
like tents. Like I remember a guy's ass cheeks on the window. It's like, dude, I'm trying to have jerk chicken and your
His
ass.
oxtail.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
his
There's some ham
tail.
hock here.
His bum's tail.
Yeah. It's very tender
So
meat.
So every once in a while, they'd come approach, you got to smoke, whatever, try to sell you a fucking radiator or something.
Oh, yeah.
But one time this guy came up and he's like, what are you doing? And we're like, oh, we do comedy shows here. He's like, oh, yeah, I got a joke for you. And he proceeds to tell a joke that is just like,
bear
so bad. Yeah, it's like, how does a bear...
Proceeds to do all his bear material.
Yeah, like, how does a bear, in a suit and a hat pass as human? And you're like, I don't know how. He's like,
yeah,
bear.
this was all like, there was no like,
there was
no mention of like gay people or anything. But this was just material
What's
about bears.
A bear.
Yeah.
Where's the Bears' favorite football team from? Chicago. The Bears. Like, those are his jokes. But so then he starts talking.
And Ravi's eating it up.
I love it. I'm dying. I love it all. And I go.
Ravi's taking notes.
Yeah.
He's got a joke book out.
So he wraps up his bear. He's got about 4. No one has that many jokes about
like
bears.
2 or 3
jokes about bears. And then I go. And he's about to walk off because he realizes he's done. He's got nothing. I go.
That's when your fucking spider sense comes
I go,
out.
hey, do you do material beside bears or do you strictly bears?
No.
And he goes, and I got a bird joke and I'm going to do it, brother. Let's hear it. Tell some shitty bird
Bears,
joke.
birds,
bees, birds,
beavers. He just opened up a dictionary and had like...
He did a half an hour on the zoo.
It was great. Yeah, the zoo tape.
He had an encyclopedia. It's just the letter B.
Have you heard his bat material? It's fucking COVID.
He was on fire, that guy.
Yeah, you love... And then remember at the Heart... So at the Heart one time, we're out front. Another place that was dicey in front closed down.
Listen, Vancouver, it's so dicey.
George has a baby.
Well, he sold it. Yeah, he sold.
Yeah, the
congratulations to George and Allie,
George
wasn't it?
Yeah, George and Allie. Yeah, they're dope.
We tried to convince him to name that child Ty Adrian Ravi, but he didn't. But they closed down. But I remember one time. So then there was this kind of crazy lady out front, and she's just like there, whatever. There's not many audience members. Ravi's just like, "You like comedy?" And she's like, "Sure." Comes inside, like lays down her bag and opens up and busts out like an apple and 3 Smarties and like, starts trying to eat. And George is just like, yeah, you gotta buy something or you gotta leave. And she's literally like, fuck you. Fucking I come in, I was invited in here.
They're like vampires. The downtown side bums are like vampires.
Yeah,
you can't invite them in.
Yeah, if you invite them in,
that's funny.
You will become a bum. Your income will take a hit. Immediately
floating outside your window, going the Oxycontin.
That is my Ox. Back the fuck up, man. Yeah,
and we got one of our favorite comics in town. We always talk about now how the female comedians here just can't hold a candle to Alicia. So that it is nice to have you back. So how have things been? The difference between it seemed like you let loose a little bit today, and you were saying San Francisco can be obviously a bit more woke and harder to let do the kind of material that maybe you got used to doing here. So what's the difference there and here, and how do you feel being back?
There's Vancouver and San Francisco, and then there's Comedy Ring and everywhere else. You know
what
I
an
mean?
endorsement.
Like, there's so many things where I was just like, I know that this footage is going to be good because I'm going to have Ravi's laugh for sure, and then whoever else. But Ravi's laugh is so like loud that it's like I just have been wanting to try shit that's not shit I've been doing, and like my mind is just fucked. So I'm literally just
shit
like,
was good. I like it. It's like funny. You guys ever heard of the racial slur database?
I used to be on it. Yeah.
You guys aren't on the RSDB?
Yeah, I was on. I was a mod for a little bit
because it just has like all these different funny slurs, and like it is like interesting. Like a lot of the stuff used to sound and be so offensive to people, but it's just like funny words, right? Like jigaboo is a funny word.
It really is.
There's things quadroon and these type of things, like they're just funny. So, but yeah, continue the difference here.
So I mean, it's not like anyone's like not skilled over there. There's a lot of great comedians, and I'm always laughing. I honestly,
your roast was. I was surprised how good the other guy was. He was good. He seemed pretty good.
That Bessie joke was so funny. If he had split those two up, he actually had a fighting chance. But otherwise, he just couldn't. I think it had been a while for him too. He seemed like one of those like I do comedy once every 3 months,
right.
and I do magic the other night.
I know how that goes.
Yeah, we got a lot of those.
Objectively, you're wrong.
No.
So anyway, but yeah. So I would say the thing that's been the most different is just that fucking post show hang is lacking over there, and I think it's like I walked into the green room once and someone was like doing a joke about like farts and how to like deal with a fart and how you handle it. And I was just like, not one person has said
like
gay.
testing the joke or just talking in the green room?
They were talking in the green room. And I mean, they sometimes test their jokes, but they were just like, that was their discussion. Yeah. And I just was like, I fucking miss my friends. No one said faggot. Right. No one said gay.
Well, Dara wasn't there. But
yeah. I mean, and it was just, I don't know. That's
it's different, right? The hang after is... Remember the hood days? Like the hood days after, those were legendary.
The best days, dude.
Ed Kanye.
That's what all these relationships.
Oh, I miss Ed Kanye smoking a cigar after his
He's doing a
show.
bunch now, though, dude.
Oh no, he's still but he's out in like Hamilton or wherever the fuck he is.
Yeah, in Detroit,
doing some good stuff.
Back in Detroit.
Detroit. Oh yeah, that's where he was born. Yeah, he's American.
That's fucking sick. Actually,
I miss that guy.
I should go fucking link up with him in Detroit. I'm gonna just start. I've asked. Basically, Julie's gonna be traveling a lot, and I told her I was like, wherever you go, I will follow you. I'll come.
What was the club you did out there with her?
Very funny.
What's that?
What was the one you did out there? You did the improv or something?
I've done the improv, Alameda Comedy Club, and I did a guest set with Julie at Punchline. So basically, she's gotten me into these places that you kind of have to get past.
In some good, chain clubs that have good audiences and stuff, gets you to test your material somewhere else. So you started here, right? Absolutely. So it's good to go other places and see like, oh, my material. I'm not just like a hometown hero. I can't. It's not just like, oh, these jokes only work here and people don't really get it, which is a thing that happens a lot for us, where people will come from. It honestly doesn't even really matter where, but some people just can't hang. It's like when you're in the area, you're immersed in the kind of culture and vibe of the place, and so you connect with the audience better. So really good comics can come in from elsewhere and just crush, lay it down, right? Like some of the LA comics, we had that Emily Catalano girl that you worked with, so funny.
Vittorio.
I thought you did. You said she, because she was like, who's the ethnically ambiguous guy and the brown guy?
Oh, you know what? I didn't see her set. I don't think she was on that night. But she told me she just worked with you guys.
She has Red Sox jokes. It's very funny.
Fuck yeah.
And that Torio Von Grohl guy came too, right? So,
he's great.
But yeah, it's good to see that your material works in other places. Like Ty, you did stuff, right? Like you've been to other places.
Ty, you did stuff.
No, you did stuff.
You've been traveling all over.
You have. But he has.
Or Paperbrook.
but you put them on the map.
I know we're joking, but he has. Like Ty's gone. Okay, I'm gonna go up to Kelowna. I'm gonna go to Kamloops. Dino, come. We're podcasting. Come on.
Dino.
Hey.
We plugged your show already.
Archie, everybody.
Dino and I both were at a different venue, and we're like, we're gonna come back to Comedy Ring to end the night. Vibe City. We were just talking about at the show how it was all wild. They actually tipped very well, and you two broke it open, actually. So, you have any thoughts on that show?
Man, that energy was so sucky.
Well, we were just talking about who was a vampire?
Yeah. You know what?
Energy vampires, man.
Yeah, but it's like, you gotta give a crowd, like, cut up some slack. Because then your attitude will be so negative. Go, hey, man, you gotta give it up. It's like, man, fuck
you. You could have done that. If you were too aggressive with them, it could have gone a different way. But you grabbed them a little bit.
No, they were great. They felt really safe with me. That French girl said the N-word to me 6 times. I made her feel
She really wanted to fuck Dino.
That's okay, because Dino called her Ukrainian.
That one's so funny.
Hey, man, what's the difference?
They both giving up. They know they're giving up.
That's important to Lord, man.
One smokes a little more.
They both died for it because nobody cares. Yeah. That's great. But yeah.
They both know Epstein did fucking really well. Oh my God. Man. Yeah, that's the key, is making the crowd feel safe.
Yeah.
So instead of just going, be what I went. It's like, fuck, you're here for 10 minutes. They're there for the whole time. So get me out of my draws. Talk me out of it. They were throwing draws tonight.
You didn't even see it at the beginning, bro. At the beginning.
Oh yeah. They're physically throwing draws.
The beginning, it was literal silence. It was like Will is getting 0 off of them, right? Like
I was doing like an obnoxious laugh.
Yeah, it was rough, but you broke it open, and then you broke it open even further.
That was fun.
Actually.
Yeah, man. No, that's what it is.
Was your set okay over there? Because I was really happy here, and then I went there, and I came back, and I was like, yeah.
That's a very common.
You know what I'm tired of hearing from people is like people will be like, "Yo, I did this new bit and it murdered," and then the other person will be like, "Oh, what, at Comedy Ring? Like it's not a room. Like it's not a room." I heard this numerous times now, and I'm right there, and I'm like, "What the fuck was that? Like, what? We're not a room? Like
that's crazy."
Yeah, we let a little loose. We like our shit a little raw, but come on now.
Yeah.
But that's what made it so fun over lockdown.
Yes.
That's when I got hip to you guys, and I was like, because you guys had a reputation that somehow was unsavory, but then it was like, that's what comedy's supposed to be.
Yeah. No.
We just waited till,
That's funny. I'll put it that
not
way.
waited, but we put in work so that until we realized that's what people want, right? Like we just pushed through with that because we understood that, this is what crowds
Funny
want.
means more to the general public. You know what I mean? But
I think it's coming back the other way though now. Like during the first
sure.
couple years of COVID, it was like we're saying shit and people were like, oh man, you guys are saying letting loose again.
Remember that white couple walked out when Hughes was there?
Man!
And they literally said to him, they're like, because they saw they're like, you should be ashamed of yourself.
I was like, what? What did I do?
And then he forgot his jacket and came back in, and Hughes called him a faggot.
He posted that clip. I miss that guy. Yeah, that was great.
Yeah, no, we're supposed to. I mean, I'm not gonna say we anything, but it's like at this time, I'd rather be despicable.
Yes, sir.
Then you know what I mean? It's almost embarrassing to be acceptable.
Yeah.
that is the difference.
I love it.
So funny.
Yeah.
So true.
It's embarrassing to just like everyone go, if you're not saying, if you're like trying to please everyone or trying to make everyone have a good day or at any cost of like, I don't know, whatever it was.
Patrice used to say this all the time. He'd be like, if you're not, he's like, I don't even like killing for everyone. He's like, I want like half of the people to be mad. Yeah. He's like, I want some people to be so incensed, but understand his point of view and like everybody else is dying laugh, but he's like, I like pissing people off.
This is what I love about Dino shit right now is that he's saying stuff that everyone's thinking and everyone's kind of saying to their closest confidants, but they ain't saying it out in public yet. Yeah. So you're like last night, Randy's like, Randy Junidier coming to Dino was like, yo, Dino, I was thinking the same. And we're all like, yeah, we're
what I really like that you did too, and you've been doing lately, is like, okay, with the Sound of Freedom stuff, right? So you're talking about like this conservative,
which is not a slave movie.
Exactly.
So like, I just learned.
Yeah. It sounds like
you thought it was.
Started a bit.
You're like, why is Jim Caviezel? Yeah, why is Jim Caviezel?
Dino started a bit about Sounds of Freedom, and Ola was like, oh, it's a great movie, and I was like, oh, is that like a black slave movie?
Oh my god!
And he just started laughing, and he was like, "No, it's not." And I really didn't believe him because how is Sounds of Freedom?
Yeah.
Not. You do it.
Yeah, dude. Let's. But so that.
And I hate those movies. I hate every slave nigga movie that Hollywood's ever made. I hate every black movie. Unless Weinstein making it. I don't want to fucking.
If it's an Orion picture, you know. If it's a Miramax, it's got to be Miramax.
Or I want Tarantino. That's the only.
Yeah.
And he can say nigga as much as he wants because he makes a real movie with real people in it, and he uses real.
Which when we're saying too, it's like, hey, comics are kind of fucked up. Like maybe to make good movies, like you have to be Tarantino, like Feet, or you have to be Weinstein and rape bitches.
Hey man.
But what I like you're doing lately is, so the Sound of Freedom thing has this perception that everybody is basically like, it's this QAnon right-wing thing about people who hate black and brown and LGBTQ people. It's like, no, right?
Yeah, it was the perfect, like...
But you come on stage and you're like, man, I watched it. And so for people to hear, it's like diffuses it to a degree because they're like, oh man, I saw this guy say it's not. Right? But that there is that effect. You know what I'm talking about? Like, I like that. I like because you're making people uncomfortable in that moment, but it's like you're talking about it and making it funny and like.
Well, I resented that moment when Biden was on the Breakfast Club, man, and he was like, if you vote for Trump, man, you ain't black or something.
And Charlamagne's like, yeah.
I'm
like, Charlamagne, why you
and I didn't
doing
even like Trump. I don't give a fuck about that guy, but it made me like, go, this goddamn, like I said, at Weekends at Bernie's.
Weekend at Biden's, for sure.
Did he just do black voice? What was that? You ain't black. Like,
oh, he was black.
You ain't black.
They all do it.
Yeah.
Wait, you get the mammies and the pappies. They gonna turn up
Hillary,
their Instagrams and crawl dash. He turned into this. I go, what is this guy talking about? And they all. So that's where I'm at now. This like whenever you, especially as a black man, whenever you go, hey man, why you don't want me to listen to these other white people? They go, hey, oh, cool. Yeah. He's with Trump. And I go, who? then I'm at the point. I'm with Ye.
Yeah.
That was very funny. You're like, I voted for you. Yeah,
I wrote him in. So fuck you, because fuck you. I'll waste my vote. Fuck you. That's why
to spite you.
I'm on that type of time.
Yep.
I'm on that type of time, man. So I do have I have a pat. The only reason I can't talk about anything unless I have a pat, especially that don't have nothing to do with me. That's just a outside movie that worked up white people, like that country song.
But it's all filtered through your perspective, right? That's what I like seeing.
I'm an American too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm an
Alicia too.
Yeah.
We're the most conservative out here right now.
Yeah, that's wild. An Indian dude and a black fella.
And you were talking about this too, of like releasing this.
You fat bitch. From here on out, everyone's calling.
Whoa.
He's mad because I asked him if we could call him the Big Dipper.
I love it. I'm gonna mark it. I'm trademarking it. Patent pending. Big Dipper merch.
I get
coming
5%.
soon.
It was 0.5, and then he told that joke. So
I'm gonna hand Alicia a check.
But we were talking about how you're doing this now with the new special, where it's basically like you're talking about the stuff that's current right now, and that's what the show you're doing at the Biltmore, right? The Saturday. We'll get this out tomorrow.
Yeah, that's what I want to do, man. Because it's like. Yeah, man, that's what's in my algorithm right now. That's what everyone is dealing with, and all of it's going to change anyway. And they'll change even the headline. That's why I take screenshots, like 1984. All of that shit, and all of these talking points. We sound like we're them guys. Like, oh, these guys think they know. Like Sam Tripoli or something.
I love Sam Tripoli.
I came up watching Sam cook, man. Sam would do the damn thing, and you need all of it in comedy, man. You need a guy to not.
Well, there's another thing we were talking about, and this is kind of like almost where we learned this from was we watched Tough Crowd, and Tough Crowd was just Colin Quinn with a bunch of comics around and different kind of comics. You could have Jeanine Garofalo, Nick DiPaolo, Norton there, Patrice. Everybody's talking, having different perspectives, but they're all. It doesn't matter, liberal, conservative, whatever, right? It's like. That's why that kind of stuff is so refreshing to see, but that's less and less and less now. Right?
Which is some of us have to get into that. Well, if we're really interested, I'm genuinely interested in it. I share the bullshit news. I stay with the bullshit. I like it. I know the stuff I don't share.
You really are like DNN. It's like the TV network. I'm like, oh yeah, this story popped. I just heard about that.
News Network. Yeah, we stays on the low road, and it's like that's where it's at, man. I definitely like you guys had the shows going during that time, and we all had to walk in fear and whispers, and it's like, man, we're too grown for that to do that, and it's like, are we gonna stand for anything?
We had to change stuff. We had to follow the rules in different ways, so we can only have 50 people.
Yeah.
Oh, WorkSafe had a file on us.
Down,
yeah,
right.
The comedy that was born during that.
And look, it's like there's a lot of people that are enemies of us, right? They're not trying to. Thank you so much. They're not trying to help us out. Like there's people that are complaining and shit about us, trying to call the COVID people. And
I was told by several girls not to work with you guys.
Yeah. And I remember that shit. It's like you try not to hold too much of a grudge with people.
Kyra writes messages on our food, so tonight.
Well, sometimes it's just dick.
That's actually
let the dogs out.
So she wrote who let
That's
the
how many
dogs out.
times you've told that fucking story.
That's a great story. Later.
Good night.
We'll edit around that. Take the time, Stan. No,
29 minutes.
Slap.
What were you talking about with Dino?
Comedy during COVID.
Yeah, no, dude, Alicia was saying, the comedy that was born out of that time, it's like, motherfuckers were doing a certain thing, and then we came in, and everyone kind of started doing what they wanted to.
What I don't like is, and this is probably some of the same people who are telling you exactly that stuff, like, don't work with comedy rings. Then after, a lot of people were like, oh, these people were 1 or 2 years into comedy, but like they did comedy during COVID, and that doesn't count. Like COVID years.
Oh, that was such a
that
weird.
That was bullshit. And it's like, why are the people that did comedy during comedy doing better than you?
Exactly.
Did comedy during COVID?
Yeah, for sure.
Sorry.
Oh, it's rust, dude. You take 2 weeks off now, and you're fucking rust.
People who are killers, right?
Most guys, not me. I'm fucking up in there doing the cut, but most guys.
The level to which you guys were producing shows and like providing stage time for like people like me who were pretty new to grow.
Right.
And then also like not be afraid of what to say. Sure. Like that's so valuable at the beginning. Doing shows when there's hella rules. How do you?
And it's a lot better when it's not just an open mic where you might get some titters or whatever. It's like people aren't really.
What the fuck is a titter?
A titter is like a small laugh. Like
yes.
So it's like a small.
Sorry, English major, but retarded.
Yeah. Did you think those were like dipper tits or something?
I have titters. I have giant titters. If they look like National Geographic titties, those are titters.
Okay, but that's more believable to me.
But it's better to test it out where it's like the crowd. I mean, the show's called Savage Comedy, right? We try to market it as uncensored always.
So people come here and
dude, I had a lady. This is a true story. Molly Custom. I had a lady in here a couple weeks ago. Molly Custom, whatever. Inshallah.
Wait, what did you say? Molly Custom? I thought that was
Molly Custom is like the Hindi one.
I thought that was a girl's name.
No, dude. Real talk. I had a lady come in here and she goes to me. She's like, I thought this was like an all-native show, and I'm like, why did you think that? She's like,
probably saw
she's like, no. She goes to me, she's like, I thought this was an all.
Oh my God.
She's like, I thought this was an all-indigenous show. I'm like, why would you think that? She's like, the name. I'm like, the comedy ring. She's like, no, the name of the show. I'm like, Savage Comedy. I'm like, you.
Yo,
racist.
Tell the story. We're not going to say where the venue is, but tell what happened when the Uber driver came at that show. But we're not going to say where it was. Remember when the Uber driver came up outside and the waitress from inside with you?
Oh right, okay. So we're at a venue, and we won't go. It wasn't here.
It was a long time ago.
It wasn't at Holy Cow.
It was quite a while ago.
Different venue, and this Uber driver comes up, and he's waiting for his food, and then he walks off, and then the waitress comes out, and she's like to me, she goes, "Did you see the Uber driver?" I'm like, honestly, they all look the same to me. I don't know. And she's like, yeah, we need a better system, like turban colors or something. And I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, why are you all so comfortable with me? What is it?
Bit?
No, it's true. Real talk. I'm like, what the? People have been, dude, 3 weeks. So you know that bit I used to do a bit.
Red turbans down to fuck.
Yeah, I used to do a bit where I would be like, hey, since we're in a back room and it's just us, does anyone want to say any of those words that we can't say anymore? And usually people don't, and then I will goad them. I'll goad them in. I'm like, hey, I'll pick a white guy out, and I'll be like real Oliver Anthony, the fucking redhead guy that's singing all those songs right now. I'll pick a real Oliver Anthony looking motherfucker and be like, sir, I'll give you $100 if you say the N-word right now. And then it becomes like, ooh, maybe you might say it. They never say it, and then I go 50 to just whispered in my ear, and they're like, ooh, and then I'm like,
I probably saw you do that joke like 100 times,
That's my favorite.
and nobody ever said
just
anything.
Recently though, everyone's been saying the N-word, and I'm like, no. Dude, I'm like, no.
Dude, that fucking warms my heart.
It's crazy.
Because people being afraid and comfortable, it's queer.
Dude, this one guy got so comfortable, just yelled it out. Hard ER, and I'm like,
no, it was A.
Hey, okay, it was a hard, and I'm like, ooh, and I'm like,
the A,
yeah, and I'm just like, ooh, I'm like, goddamn, and then he goes, he's all mad at the bar after, and he's like, why'd you make me do that? I'm like, I didn't make you do shit, dog. Fuck you, you're on your own, man.
That's the weakest part is the apologists.
Hey man, that wasn't cool how you made me do that.
How you made me say the N-word in public. I'm like, I didn't make you do shit.
Dude, I got one fan who he'll see something funny that a black Trump type person do, and he'll send on Twitter. He'll send it to me, and he'll go hashtag that nigga, and I can't be mad at him. He's referencing my joke. Like on you, we're gonna go, hey, you can't say that. Well, he's that nigga. My whole thing was use it. There's a way to use everything. Use it right. Use it right. It's really, you're from San Jose. There's no one. There's no one on this planet who says nigga more than like Asian
brown guys
in San Jose.
Filipinos in San Jose.
Filipinos in San Jose have been saying nigga. They took that word. They took the baton.
Yeah.
And they call each other.
I heard Asians.
And it don't have nothing to do with black people.
I heard even
In
the
my
Asians.
high
Asians in
school-
America, they're lighting it up.
Love nigga. They love nigga.
In my high school, there was like literal black versus Asian wars, and yes, they were slinging the N-word.
They were slinging it, but
they were like actually beating the shit out of each other.
Okay, but that's even separate. Even amongst Asians themselves, they refer to each other as nigga.
Yeah.
So it ain't even the black.
All of us.
Well, I have never. I never.
But the best part, so
never.
So that happened, right? And Randy was here. Randy did a hilarious comedian from Guadalupe, and so he's here when it happened. And then he says, That's what we call it.
From Jigaboo?
Jigaboo Island. So then he turned it into like a new opener for a bit, where he was like, "Yo, we were in this room and Ravi made a white kid
he's like,
say
y'all
the
know
N-word."
Ravi.
It's so funny.
Yeah.
So it's like turn it into something.
Well, I mean, that's what part of comedy is making fun of the most fucked up thing. That's why I want the Ukraine war.
Keep going.
Funded. I'm finding a way to make my statement.
Like, what a great time for me to and let's say know how I feel.
I want $75 to $80. That's all I want.
Saying your opinion is crazy. Like saying what you so true. Saying what you really think is crazy.
Yeah. And you're saying it with your chest, dude. You're like, fuck.
You've been on this shit all night, accusing French women of being Ukrainian, and you're sneaking in here.
That's the thing.
I can't stop. I've done the research. I can't stop. Once you've done the research. That's why I get why Kyrie's a flatter.
You said that at one point.
Dino,
use your brain. You said use your brain.
Dino,
that guy's the worst. You have to talk this news I'm talking. You have to become deplorable. You have to become the kind you're ashamed of. They go, oh, that guy.
Same reason people become serial killers.
Yeah,
is the fucking reason to have an opinion.
It's all the same reason. Exactly.
If people are fucking comfortable your entire set, you are doing nothing right.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
I like that. I like seeing motherfuckers do. Yeah. I like seeing motherfuckers shift in their seat. I like seeing motherfuckers cross their arms and like shiver a little, like they got goosebumps.
Turning on a crowd, especially if they like you, then turning on them and taking them down a fuck. They go, whoa, man, hey.
Well, you're always so good at like when we had Parts Unknown where you had to walk through a back alley to get in there. I remember the first time you came in and did that there, and it was packed. It was pretty full. But you came in, you got to walk through a back alley, and you're like, man, I'm not even gonna take my coat off.
I had a nice coat too.
I've seen you just be like, I don't like any of you, but they love it, right?
They look like a bunch of coat thieves in the crowd.
There are mad Ukrainians in that room. I'll tell you right now. This is a pre-war.
Yeah, they look like a bunch of.
Are we gonna put it over top of the Nintendo 64?
It's an arcade.
I saw a video of old Indian women in like India, and they would go into the supermarkets and different Best Buys and shit, and they would just have their skirt and they would go whoop, and they would pick up with their coochie whole fucking TV set and just walk. It was like that
the Chinese guy in the Prestige.
Let's
That's a sick fucking reference.
Oh my
A
God.
reference of the day.
I'm done with you. That was it. Like the Chinese guy in the Prestige. These bitches' pussies are strong. Yo, those pussies were durable. They were built to last. And they would go
tough.
Oh, they go zoop, and they walk out.
Can you imagine being an Indian guy trying to fuck a chick on a bus in India, and she's got a fucking 55-inch TV up her pussy? You're like, God damn it.
Not again.
Yeah, not again. Fool me once.
Is that Hitachi or?
Yeah, what is that? What are you running in there? What is that, Toshiba?
Dude, as if I need another reason to fucking go watch The Prestige tonight. I love that movie.
That is a great movie.
Can we?
Bowie is Tesla?
Yeah, Tesla was it. He should have got an
try to
Oscar
watch?
for that.
That was
that
fun.
little movie that he
Instead
was
of your fucking wrestling.
He was him. He was that guy. He became Tesla.
Yeah.
Dumb test, run, dumb test. Don't chase this foolish dream. He was talking like an old.
The best thing about that movie too is
wise fucking.
Your knowledge of white period pieces
because
it's phenomenal.
it formed everything.
because he already said he hates Roots.
I do hate Roots.
Fuck LeVar Burton and that whole production.
No, I love LeVar Burton. I hate Roots. But at the same time,
Roots was an event. Anytime it was on, you had to watch it.
But it was like Roots is for white people. It's all of
Just like those slave movies.
I'm like, I miss black movies that was for black people.
Like Blade. Come on.
Blade was for black and white.
Blade was for everybody.
Blade was for everybody.
Blade ended so much racism.
Blade was for everyone.
Yeah.
I like movies like that, like The Last Dragon. That was for
Show
black
enough.
people.
Show
But
enough.
but if you knew
Show
about
enough.
it, Asians were invited too, because Bruce Leroy. 'Cause
Bruce
black
Leroy.
people would culture vulture for Asian shit. It was not a vulture, it's an exchange.
Yes.
For sure. Is that why
So maybe they are allowed to say.
Yeah, that's why the Filipinos are like showing
I
up.
don't put up a stink, not unless you
You won't give a chink a stink.
If you rhyme racism,
It's about
it
get away.
It takes that stink right off of it.
Hickory dickory dook, he was a fucking goose.
Hey, Dice Play can never do no wrong.
Robbie's taking notes.
Yo, he's coming. Dice Play.
101.
Dice is coming.
Rhyme.
Dice is coming to
That's it,
HOC.
Yeah.
I saw that. When's he coming?
It's
Dude,
like in a
Ty,
month,
you-
2 months or something.
You should host that one. In my opinion, I'm like when
Yeah,
I'm
you
thinking
really
of
good
guys,
with it, man.
Johnny DeVito made, but Ty, you and Dice
Johnny
would be
DeVito
a
won't be here.
great fucking show.
It's all about Ty. Ty's the new Johnny.
Just go
DeVito.
buy a leather jacket. Yeah. Why is he wearing gloves?
Smoke on stage, do the up the around smoke. Dice was awesome.
Only
dude.
because
I
the
love Dice.
Prestige never fucking comes up, and I think about it all the time.
Still
No, I'm
focused on
back.
it.
We're bringing it back. Do you remember when Christian Bale's girl was like, "Oh, like you mean it today?" Because he's like two different people,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
I
Annoying.
genuinely, yeah.
Annoying bitch.
She definitely needed to kill herself. And I get it. I really get it. I identified with it so
Like, did they have
hard.
the same dick? Come on.
What are we talking about? What are we talking
One of them keeps pubes.
Yeah.
And you're just confused every time.
Like, how'd your
every other
pubes
day.
grow back so quick?
Literally
What the fuck?
so quick. But so I always used to think about it because I dated Quentin for a very long time. And when he would take Adderall, he was like literally a different person. And it was that exact feeling of like, oh, you mean it today. And tomorrow you don't fucking mean it.
You related to that.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Anyway, I just
So
had
you
to
should've
throw
killed
that out
yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said, yeah, no, I'm kidding.
I ought to have. It would have
No,
been
no,
faster.
no. You know, well, yeah, no.
The point is that if I stayed with someone who was doing that much, I would kill myself.
You know, Adderall's a...
And I should.
Adderall's I didn't do Adderall. I was fucking coerced, and I was super tired. I'll take responsibility. I still did it, but it was like, I said, yo, bro, I'm tired, man.
I think it's a great tool.
Is
I
it?
could get more
It's
access.
horrible.
That's how you get motherfuckers like me back in the game, though.
Yeah, that's a
But
great
that
way
is
drug.
how I've heard. That is how I've
Adderall's a
heard.
new gateway drug, man. That's
Yeah,
a new weed.
No,
that-
it's great. When I had to just come up with 30 minutes when I was doing
Yeah.
that fucking comedy invasion special, like just out of nowhere, 2 years in, not 30 minutes of material.
Yeah.
I took Adderall a few days in a row and I just fucking.
I've heard
I
people
wanted
say this
to watch-
about college and stuff. Like, oh, I had this exam. I had to take Adderall, and it gives you this focus.
Yeah.
But it also takes away your presence.
I prefer Joe Rogan's Alpha Brain, but
Yeah. Dude, I was on Tubi and Alicia's the half-hour special when she was like
Is it on
like
there?
a year in, 2 years
All
in.
right, it was
How
like
long were you?
2.5.
That's not bad, yeah. But Alicia had a half-hour special, and I'm
Yeah,
like,
that's
I
great.
don't want to watch it because I know I'm going to make just mad memes about it, and it's
Yeah.
going to get bad.
But that's so-
I was like,
Can we
it's
talk
cool to
about
see.
that fucking tit meme you made? Because he did it.
Okay,
he killed the
when
joint.
Alicia
And
first,
I
I've never seen a
was
spit
and
take
goes,
with a
I'm
joint.
fucking
Yeah, we burned down in this
hungry.
motherfucker.
for real.
when Alicia first started
Everyone
comedy.
saw it.
No, because Alicia was like the first Indian chick I saw do
Yeah,
comedy.
yeah.
Is it that old?
Oh, it was like week one I met you. I made that meme. So I made a
All
meme.
right.
So
All right.
Alicia was like the
Kinda
first
respectful.
Indian chick I saw do comedy where I'm like, oh, she's funny. Like she's gonna be.
I have a
really good.
screenshot of you saying that to Raj.
What? Oh, you're gonna be
Yeah.
funny? Yeah,
And
we
he was
were
like, you're
booking.
not just saying that because
when-
she's kind of
yeah,
hot.
when we were doing that at Kosh show, when we were gonna do that at Kosh thing, so they were asking me who else to
If you
put
was
on.
on a train in India, I'd take the pussy.
Pretty much.
Tell me when it's gonna happen.
Because if we were back home, I'd have been took the.
You better have a TV up there.
Yeah. No, I had bookers. The bookers asked me because they needed a girl for
It's
the
like
show.
not even a flat screen.
Yeah. They wanted a girl for the show, and they're like, who's good? And I was like, Alicia Dillon. And the guy kind of knew Alicia because I don't know if they dated or whatever.
Eat shit.
Okay, well, he probably hollered at her.
He's a nice guy, but fuck you.
Nice
No,
guy.
I worked
Anyways.
with him at White Spot for a couple.
Oh, White Spot. That was it. Yeah, White Spot. So she goes, Alicia.
yeah, that was-
the guy goes, The guy goes, are you close with Alicia? Like, how's Alicia? I'm like, Alicia's funny, man. She thinks she's good.
I had to harass him for months to get on a Kasha show.
But you got on and you crushed it. You both crushed it.
It was a great night. Probably the best night I'll ever have in
But
my life.
we
I
should
should kill myself.
we should
because
wrap
you're
up
wrong.
here. Alicia's gonna kill herself, but we should wrap. We're 45 minutes here, so
Oh, hell
we
yeah.
should. Yeah.
Word.
But what a fun fucking episode. Dino, Archie, thank you so much. Go check
no,
go
man,
check
it
his
was
show.
great
We'll get this out tomorrow.
Can I
So
just ask this one last thing to Alicia? I'm asking you. 'Cause you're kind of a woman. You're a comic. I would say that.
As of 2023.
Yeah, right. As of now, why do women bartenders have such bad peripherals? Just work on that. Any female bartender has never seen a fucking guy at what time is it? 9 o'clock. They've never seen it.
You mean you didn't get proper service today?
It's not about proper service.
No, bartenders here are great, but other places.
There's another fucking place. There's a bar, side of the bar, and there's one guy here, and there's another guy.
I heard her say today that she purposely was going to wait to serve you because she knew you were a comic. Okay. But I don't know if that's
I had to get his drink. I was like, what are you drinking? She just was taking forever.
But,
it was weird, man. Okay, maybe that was a me thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. But because you left shortly after that, right? And she was like, oh, did he leave? I was going to serve him after, like, the audience member.
Typical white girl.
Who was white?
She made herself the victim. Yeah. She made herself the, I was going to do this.
Yeah.
Bitch, yeah. I was there thirsty. Right there. Here's the drink. Ticket.
I stole your ticket. That's how long it took.
I didn't take any time. They took long.
That's a cute.
Oh yeah, sorry to touch on the story Alicia was talking about the tit meme. So basically, I took a. So people were asking me why Alicia left town. They're like, why did Alicia leave? She just left so abruptly. And this is what happened.
I'm gonna put this out there.
It won't be the first time. No, so people ask me like, why did Alicia leave town? And I go, oh man, she had some nudes and they leaked. And they're like, really? And all these pervert comics are like, you got him? I'm like, I got him. So I took a picture of Alicia's head and put it on my body topless, and I sent it up. And 3 of the comics, no joke, were like, oh man, that's hot as hell. I'm like, that's me, motherfucker. What the fuck?
That was
like,
your body?
That was my COVID body. It wasn't my body now, but yeah, no.
And those 3 comics were Dara Turner,
and Dara Turner. No, it was Dara Turner, Dara Bork, and the late Daryl Lennox. Like, ooh, she fine as hell.
And Obama.
Yeah, Obama.
Oh, he gay.
Yeah, he gay. He goes, show me the dick.
I can tell one. I've seen it.
I think it's
This is what I honestly miss the most about Vancouver is you guys will roast the shit out of me. The people there like are still like you can tell when someone's interested in you, or I can when they actually like listen to me when I talk. I'm like, Ravi doesn't fucking listen to me. Like that's a real friend. These guys want something from
I just learned your last name weeks ago. I've been introducing you for months.
Alicia Dylon.
Yeah, Alicia Dylon, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, y'all. We're going to wrap up. This was such a fucking fun episode, and we'll be doing this more often. Dino Archie's show, August 26th, the Biltmore. I'm going to do it tomorrow. I'm going to get out tomorrow.
Lit
that's
in
what
real
I said
life.
Too.
Yeah.
I was like, that's
doing fresh shit.
Yeah.
I go, okay.
Yeah. Dino Archie, one of the fucking funniest comics.
You guys are man. Well, this is the scene, man. I'm proud of you guys, man. I'm proud to be a part of it.
We appreciate having guys like you on, fucking masters of the craft, fucking coming out, bro.
No, I'll straight up. I've learned just from watching you do your thing. I've learned so much. So thank you.
Hey, man, I learned from you guys, man. If you stop learning, you're a dickhead.
Right.
Okay, you're a loser.
All right.
But I'm learning every night, man.
Appreciate you guys. Great shows.
Let's go get this money.
Let's go.
Yeah. All right.
Like that.
All right, y'all. Peace.